Tornado warning to pass along to you that does include southern portions of Warren County as well as the portions of Simpson and Allen County. This is a tornado warning that is out for that area. This has just been issued, and this actually goes until for the next 15 or 30 minutes or so. This is actually cruising towards the south and east. This is associated with that same line that's been producing winds of 70 miles an hour and continues to work its way off towards the south and east. It's also what we're seeing on radar is indications that there is rotation with this storm as it continues to work its way from northwest to southeast. Again, this does include southern portions of Warren County as well as into eastern portions of Simpson County and western portions of Allen County. This does include the communities of Halfway, Allen Springs, Gold City, Woodburn, and the Rockfield area. And this does actually extend further towards the south again into portions of western Allen County. Now I'm going to step off the screen to show you where we are seeing that rotation at this time, and that is currently being present into portions of southern Warren County. We're going to take a little closer view here as we get more communities up so you have a general idea of where we could see this. So where we are seeing this potential rotation is between Matlock and the Rich Pond area as well as the Three Springs area, where you're seeing those reds and those greens meeting together. That is what we call a velocity couplet that indicates winds going toward the radar where you see the green, and then winds going away from the radar where you see the red. When you got those two meeting, that's where we could see that potential rotation. So this is towards the Matlock area. You want to be in your safe place right now. The Rich Pond area, you also want to be in your safe place, as well as the Three Springs area. So this is all again into southern Warren County where we are currently seeing this rotation in this particular thunderstorm cell. I do want to point out that the winds are considerable. 70 70 mile per hour wind gust associated with this line of storms, as well as hail included with this particular thunderstorm cell as well. Now this goes until about noon for this tornado warning. Again, this does include portions of southern Warren County as well as into portions of eastern Simpson County and portions of Allen County at this time until about noon today. Where we are seeing this rotation again is between the Rich Pond area as well as the Matlock area, especially there towards Matlock Road. And this is where we are seeing that potential rotation. I'm going to put back up the reflectivity to show you where we are seeing the heaviest of the rain and the potential hail in the area, and that is towards the Rich Pond area where you're seeing these very vibrant colors on radar. That is indicative of the heaviest of the rain that we are seeing, as well as those purples that indicates hail. So we're seeing that at least the strongest part of this cell now working its way in into southern portions of Warren County. Again, the Rich Pond area and also towards the Three Springs area. These are the areas where you want to be in your safe place right now, especially for areas into portions of eastern portions of Simpson County and western portions of Allen County, where you do have that tornado warning again until noon. Now, I'm going to show you the latest on velocity once again, and it's been pretty consistent with each run where we could see that possible spin up rotation with this storm. And I want to step back on screen to show you what I am talking about. So you see the greens here between the Rich Pond area as well as the Three Springs area, where we're seeing that kind of turn or that kind of kink in the radar signatures where we could see a possible spin up tornado. So we'll have to keep a close eye on that. This isn't a confirmed tornado, but I also want to point out, even if this isn't a tornado, they are considerable winds with this storm. We are getting 70 mile per hour winds associated with this storm that is pushing through the area. These are winds that are capable of knocking down trees and power lines, certainly something that we don't need after, of course, there's been cleanup since Sunday night storm. So we're, of course, tracking that right now with the strongest of that cell again into southern portions of Warren County, and that does also include areas of Allen and into Simpson counties until noon. As I zoom out, I'm going to show you some of the communities that are within the path of this storm as it continues to work its way off towards the south and east. So I'm going to draw this out for you. We'll say that it is moving towards the south and east here. And give me just a second to pull up the right squall track here as this continues to move off towards the southeast. And we're going to say it's going to move general 15 to 20 miles an hour. And these are the communities that are in the path of this storm. So Temperance at 11:48, Gold City at 11:51, Mount Ariel at 11:58, Hickory Flat at 12. So these are the communities. Butlersville at 12:04. These are the communities where you do want to seek your safe place as you guys are under the threat for a potential tornado in that area. So again, this storm is cruising from northwest to southeast, the strongest of the storm now into southern Warren County. It is going to cross over into eastern portions of Simpson County as well as into western portions of Allen County as it continues to work its way from northwest to southeast. What do you want to do when you are in a tornado warning? Well, you want to make sure that you find your safe place. You want to make sure that you get into the lowest level of your home, whether that be a basement or if you don't have a basement, consider an interior closet or a bathroom. You want to stay away from any exterior openings like doors and windows. And most importantly, you want to make sure that you protect your head with something sturdy. Make sure if you want to wear a bicycle helmet or a football helmet, that is the way to go. And make sure that you put as much cushion between you and the surrounding environment. As well, be sure to abandon mobile homes and cars. Those are just not the areas to be in when you are under the influence of a tornado warning. If you happen to find yourself in that situation, it's better to make sure that you are in the lowest part of the home, or make sure that you are somewhere away from lightning or something that could potentially cause damage. Now, I'm going to go back to radar and show you what's going on. Here's the broad view, and this is the main line of storms that is pushing through the area. This is the same line that I mentioned this morning that was into southern portions of Indiana, and it is now working its way across our part of the weather world. This is the severe line that you're seeing. This goes all the way back towards the Madisonville area and then pushes all the way through, as you can see, towards Bowling Green, with that one tornado warning that we do have for southern Warren County, eastern portions of Simpson County, and western portions of Allen County that goes until noon today. Now, this is going to be that line that pushes through. I think this is the line that has the most energy with it. So once this line pushes through, I do expect the severe weather risk, at least for today, to diminish. But this is going to, of course, continue to push through the area within the next several minutes or so. And once we can get this through the area, we should eventually expect the severe weather risk to subside. As far as things go, though, back to that tornado warned storm. Again, we're seeing the strongest of the storm into southern Warren County this hour, where we could see that possible rotation. We're also getting lots of heavy rain and also some hail embedded with this, and considerable strong winds. Again, 70-mile-per-hour wind gust with the storm. Latest scan now showing this crossing over towards Matlock Road, towards the Plano area, where you guys are about to get hit with a wall of rain as well in that area, and that's where we are potentially seeing that rotation at this time. I'm going to put back up velocity, and this again continues to cross over now into southern Warren County. We are into northern, it looks like, Simpson County at this time, northeastern Simpson County towards the Hillsdale area. You guys are likely seeing some very intense winds and frequent lightning in that area at this time. Again, you want to be in your safe place, away from exterior doors and windows, and you want to make sure that you protect your head the best way you can. And just take a breather as well. Just breathe. I know it's a stressful situation, but also breathe, and you will get through this. As we go throughout the rest of the day, I do want to point out that the storms aren't the only concern that we do have. We do have, of course, the heat that will be building in later today as well. And what the heat is going to do is it's also going to kind of add more fuel for any more storms that develop later throughout this week. So we'll have to watch for not only for the concern for for severe storms today, but we're also going to have to watch for the concerns for severe storms as we go throughout not just today, but tomorrow and even for Saturday as well. So we'll have to keep a close eye on that. Let's go back here to radar, and I'm going to show you where we could see the strongest of that storm once again. Again, southern Warren County and to northern Simpson County there. And this doesn't include Franklin, but Franklin, I wouldn't just let your guard down. You guys are under a severe thunderstorm warning until about 11:45, and you're still going to be getting considerable strong winds in that area. Towards the Blackjack area, Hillsdale area, your guys are just now getting some of the heaviest of that storm now crossing over. Again, this is pushing in from northwest to southeast where we are seeing the strongest of the storm. The Temperance area there into Simpson County, you guys want to be in your safe place right now as that storm is just about to cross over into your neck of the woods, and also towards the Boyce area here in southern Warren County. Drake area, you guys also want to make sure that you are in your safe place at this time. Again, this is a tornado warning for Warren County as well as into Simpson and Allen counties, and this includes eastern Simpson County and most of western Allen County, again, until noon today. So we'll pretty much stay on the air as this warning goes until about noon, and then that will be actually at the top of the show for News 40 at noon, and we'll, of course, be sure to update you and following the latest on this storm. But this is, again, moving from northwest to southeast. It's cruising through southern Warren County and into towards northwestern portions of Allen County is where we are expecting this storm to cross through within the next 10 to 15 minutes or so. Strongest of the cell still into southern Warren County towards the Plano area and Three Springs area. You guys want to be in your safe place, and Boyce, you guys want to be in your safe place as well towards the Allen Springs area, as well as the Temperance area as this storm is crossing over. Latest update with the polygon, they kind of shaved off a little bit, but it still does include southern Warren County towards the Woodburn area and towards the Drake area. Do want to point out here in downtown Bowling Green, we are not under that tornado warned storm, but we are still getting frequent lightning, heavy rain, and even some hail embedded with this storm as well. So this is now crossing over. Here we are into northeastern Simpson County towards the Gold City area. You're looking at the Hillsdale area, Blackjack area. These are the areas right now that are getting the strongest of the storm as that is continuing to push through from northwest to southeast. Back to velocity, I just want to see if these runs are still consistent with showing any rotation, and the rotation is looking fairly broad to me, but I will say that we are getting, again, considerable strong winds with this storm. So very strong winds associated as we pull up the storm relative velocity here, and I can kind of query and see just how strong these winds could be estimated. Right now for radar, it's showing nearly 60-mile-an-hour wind speeds at this time. As it's continuing to cross over towards the south and east across southern Warren County into northern Simpson and Allen counties. Back to radar, and again, where you're seeing those very vibrant colors is where you are seeing the strongest of the storm. So the Drake area, the Temperance area, these are the areas where you really want to make sure that you are in your safe place, and also for areas especially Eubanks Ford, Bournes Ford, you guys are not getting the heaviest of the rain right now, but that is on the way. You guys are under that tornado warning again until noon. This is a line that has developed really further towards the north. I mean, it was a complex of storms that I was watching earlier this morning that I did mention earlier, and it has just consistently stayed together, and it has followed its way through all the way through our part of the weather world, and it's pretty strong. It's intense. It's bringing some heavy rain our way and some very intense rains with gusty winds and even some hail embedded as well. Again, this tornado warning goes until noon today. back to velocity, and you can see where we are just seeing a bowing segment. I mean, this is showing where you're seeing that kind of curve like a backward C. That's telling me that what we have right now is a very strong straight line wind system that is pushing through towards the Gold City area, towards the Drake area, and it is pushing its way further towards the south and east at this time. Again, considerable winds. Latest from the National Weather Service chat did mention that it was 70-mile-per-hour winds associated with this storm. So regardless, this is a destructive, potentially destructive storm that is moving in that area. So you want to make sure that you are, of course, in your safe place at this time. This storm has had a history of producing tree damage. Even the same complex of storms that was up towards Grayson County, it did produce some tree damage in that area. So again, this has continued to work its way off towards the south and east, and that tornado warning goes until about noon today. I think by the time this system works its way further towards the south, our severe weather risk should diminish, as we do have this severe thunderstorm watch that goes until about 1 o'clock Central Time. Just to show you what's going on from the latest from the Storm Prediction Center, this is the risk that we do have, that slight risk for severe storms for today, but we also have more risk for severe storms as we go into tomorrow and even for Saturday. Just want to take a look at the current alerts right now and notice mostly there are severe thunderstorm warnings, which you see in the flashing yellow, and that one lone tornado warning. Again, that does include southern portions of Warren County, as well as into eastern portions of Simpson County and western portions of Allen County until about noon. Let's see what the latest from the National Weather Service has said here. So towards the Three Springs area, moving southeast. And again, no word if this is a confirmed tornado, but this is a radar indicated threat, which means that we do see on velocity returns indications of that this storm is rotating and could be capable of producing a tornado. Regardless, though, like I mentioned, it is producing considerable winds of 70 miles an hour. Very strong winds that are pushing through the area at this time, especially into areas just east of Franklin towards Gold City, there into Simpson County, and heading towards Allen County, at least northwestern Allen County at this time. I'm just going to take another look here at the National Weather Service chat, and it looks like they decided to issue another severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Logan, Allen, and Warren County until 12:15. So this is that new severe thunderstorm warning that has just been issued. So what that's telling me, this is that same severe thunderstorm warning that's also kind of overlapping in a way the same area where we do have this tornado warning storm. So with this newest warning, it's telling me that they may allow this tornado warning to expire at noon and continue with the severe thunderstorm warning. But back to velocity, it's indicating to me that this is producing very strong straight line winds with this storm, which is a damaging wind risk. It's a destructive risk that we are tracking with these very strong winds moving through the area. Let's go back to the areas here towards Gold City there into Simpson County. You guys, of course, are still seeing some very strong winds at this time and very heavy rain. It's about to head towards Clare, Eubanks Ford, Alonzo there into Allen County. These are the communities, again, that are included in this tornado warning storm. You want to find your safe place. This is, again, working its way in from northwest to southeast at this time. Let's see here in relation to where the interstate is. So if you're going towards I-65 and point south towards the Franklin exit there, you guys are definitely getting hit with a lot of water and are under that tornado warning cell at this time. The Hillsdale area, the Temperance area, Gold City area, seeing some hail likely in that area right now. So you want to make sure that you are in your safe place. Again, tornado warning that goes until about noon Central Time. So you've got at least about 12 minutes or so before that storm expires. So I want to take a broad view just to show you what's going on. There's that complex of storms. Again, warnings that extend all the way back towards the Madisonville areas where we're seeing these, and then also towards just north of Hopkinsville. And it's just really this complex right here where we have all these warnings, where we are seeing the strongest of these storms. We've got some storms towards Calhoun and also towards Owensboro. Those storms just not as strong. It looks like a lot of that energy is being robbed by the storms that are pushing in just ahead of that. So this is what we're seeing at this time. You're noticing there's more lightning that is coming out of this particular complex of storms as compared to the lightning that we're seeing just behind that. So that just shows you there's more energy with this storm to work with as it continues to work its way off towards the south and east and pushing through the area. New severe thunderstorm warning, it looks like that was issued from the National Weather Service office there into Nashville. That does include portions of Tennessee. But again, this is that line. We got a lot of lightning, a lot of intense winds, with the strongest of those winds where we are seeing that current tornado-warned cell into portions of Allen and Simpson counties and into southern Warren counties at this time. I want to take a closer look back to that particular storm as we are looking here at these communities once again. So Drake, Allen Springs, towards the halfway area. These are the areas that aren't seeing a lot right now, but that storm is going to be crossing over towards your way. So you just want to make sure that you are staying prepared and make sure that you are in your safe place at this time. Where do you go for your safe place? It's important to know where to go. It's important to know that you need to go to the lowest level of your home, whether that be a basement or an interior closet. You want to be in the most center portion of your home. You want to protect your head with a helmet, blanket, or pillows. You want to make sure that you put as much cushion between you and the surrounding environment as possible. And again, if you don't have a basement, it's best to go into an interior closet or a bathroom, again, away from doors and windows. Let's go back to radar right now and show you what's going on as far as this particular storm goes. And the worst of the storm now, and still into portions of eastern Simpson County, crossing into western Allen County. Still a small section of southern Warren County. This includes the Drake-Boyce area towards Alvaton and Plano. You guys are seeing some strong winds at this time and intense rain, but also the strongest is where we could see this Boeing segment towards Mount Ariel, towards the Clear area, Hickory Flat area, and Eubanks Ford area. These are the areas where you are likely seeing some intense wind gusts of 60 miles an hour or more with this storm. Again, latest National Weather Service is telling us 70-mile-per-hour considerable winds with this storm as it continues to press through the area. So we'll have to see and hear about if there's any more storm damage reports, but likely some damage to some trees and power lines associated with the storm, producing some very considerable winds with this. Going back through the chat to see if there's any more data as far as storm reports goes. I'm not seeing any new reports, but it did just update about that tornado warning that still is what they're mentioning is capable of producing a tornado. Latest here, this is again continuing to move off towards the south and east this hour, and it again is crossing now into Allen County at this time. So Alonzo, these areas that I mentioned earlier, Alonzo, Chapel Hill, Red Hill, these areas you really want to be in your safe place as you guys are under this tornado-warned storm. And the strongest, where it looks like we're seeing those winds blowing out ahead of the storm, is approaching your area. So again, get in your safe place right now in the lowest level of your home, away from interior doors and windows. And most importantly, remember to protect your head. It's 11:51, or now 11:52 on this, I believe it is Thursday, on this Thursday afternoon. So we got at least about 8 minutes before this storm is allowed to expire. Really, at the time this expires, this will be the start of the News 40 at noon show. So I'll be sure to, of course, stay on the air and give you guys an update on what is happening so far. But again, it looks like the sliver of Simpson County, as well as crossing over into Allen County, is where we are currently seeing that latest on that tornado warning. You're going to notice with the update, they're going to kind of chip away at the polygon. So we're seeing that, especially that continues for southern portions of Warren County towards the Drake and Allen Springs area and towards the Plano area, and then also there into eastern portions of Simpson County and western portions of Allen County. Now we're actually starting to see that Boeing segment crossing over into western portions of Allen County. Again, considerable strong winds with this storm as it continues to work its way in from from northwest to southeast. But this particular Boeing signature, what I'm seeing, is working its way eastward, crossing over into Allen County at this time. Now, it doesn't include, at least what I'm seeing so far, Scottsville. You guys are under that severe warning. I still want you guys to also be in your safe place as well as this storm, again, is crossing over into your direction at this time. Let's take another look at velocity. I just want to see if there's anything more consistent. Again, rotation's broad, but what I am seeing is once I draw this out for you, just a Boeing segment of storms. So where we could get some very strong winds blowing out ahead of this storm is, once I draw this out, this is all just moving towards the south and east. So you can really see that with our velocity returns and also with radar. This is the general direction where this storm is moving, and it is going to continue to cross over the Kentucky-Tennessee border and cross in just north there into northern Tennessee. So just to show you a little bit of a loop, what's going on here. This is that complex of storms. I mean, it's been consistent with producing some severe warnings within the last several hours. Really, this morning it was already into portions of Illinois, southern Indiana, then crossed across the Ohio River, and now it is continuing to push off towards the south and east at this time. Again, that tornado warning goes until about noon today for portions of Allen, Simpson, and southern and eastern Warren counties. And this is where I am seeing that Boeing segment. Again, winds considerable, 60 plus miles an hour, possibly 70 miles an hour or more. That is crossing now into portions of Allen County towards the Alonzo area and continues to work its way off towards the south and the east. So that is what I'm seeing so far. As far as how much rain, of course, the rain is something to be of concern as well, because, again, those low-lying flood-prone areas, when you have a lot of water just rushed in at once, can create some issues, some local high water issues. So we'll have to keep a close eye on how much rain we're seeing. So far, the National Weather Service has issued an aerial flood advisory for portions of Butler, Edmonson, Logan, Simpson, and Warren counties until about 3 o'clock today. So that is what we are seeing the latest, at least from the National Weather Service chat. So currently, what I'm going to see here is I'm going to wait to see if they are going to issue another tornado warning or if they are just going to let this expire. I really think at the moment they are, with the issuance of a severe thunderstorm warning in that area, I'm not sure if they are going to continue with the tornado warning, but we can just wait to see there. But at this time, that tornado warning essentially would be expiring in just about 4 minutes now, since it is now 11:56. So again, the strongest of the storm crossing over where I drew this line into Allen County towards the Alonzo area. It's approaching the Chapel Hill area and the Red Hill area there into Allen County at this time. So again, strong straight line winds associated with this storm, still capable of doing some destruction in that area, blowing down trees and power lines. Let's go back to, let me take this off for you and just show you a broad view once again on what is happening. And again, there's that line of storms. It is continuing to work its way off towards the south and east, again, extending all the way towards the Hopkinsville area now. It is cruising through Logan County, Todd counties, and also of course, there into Simpson and Allen counties where we do have that tornado warning storm. Still southern and eastern Warren County. You guys are under that tornado warning until about noon today, but I will say that these are the areas that we are watching for potential rotation. I really think the strongest is now into Allen County, though. That's where I am seeing the strongest returns as far as winds and also reflectivity. And by reflectivity, I mean these bright colors, these oranges and yellows. I am seeing a lot of that now crossing over into Allen County, and especially northern Allen County as well, near the halfway area. Again, tornado warning until about noon today for Allen County, as well as into Simpson County and southern and eastern portions of Warren County. It's 11:58 right now. Again, this line is still producing some considerable winds, even though the tornado warning is set to expire at noon. I wouldn't take this storm lightly, because you guys still do have a severe thunderstorm warning, especially for the Scottsville area, until about 12:15. So again, you just want to make sure that you are in your safe place, and just make sure that you are, of course, sheltered, and remember to protect your head as well. Again, tornado warning until about noon, and it is set to expire. I think the National Weather Service just posted in chat that they are going to allow this tornado warning to expire. So what we are going to do is, of course, we're going to continue to keep you guys updated on the latest News 40 at noon, and I think is about to roll up here in just about a minute or so. And in the meantime, I'll be sure to keep you guys posted and updated on the latest on what's happening with these storms. I'm meteorologist Darius Mack, and we'll get you ready for News 40 at noon in just the next little bit.